Hi, I'm John Hazzard, and for me, it's all about food. Today I want to show you a salad which I love to make in Barbados, and I kind of have a love affair with cucumbers because as a boy I grew up with cucumbers. If it wasn't pickled cucumbers with cuckoo and flying fish, we had pickled cucumbers with pudding and sauce, or we just had a nice cucumber salad, or we would just take some cucumbers, slice them, put a bit of salt on them. So as a boy I grew up with cucumbers, and that's why I love cucumbers. So I want to show you a tomato and cucumber salad which you can produce at home. The other thing as well too, which is quite popular in Barbados as well, is the Scotch Bonnet. And I love spicy food. I always have to have a bit of Basil hot pepper sauce on my food, which is made from the Scotch Bonnet Pepper as well too. So I want to show you how to make this simple salad, and I just kind of want to run through the ingredients with you first, so you can also reproduce this at home. Now, why I'm making this salad is because tonight I have a few friends coming over for dinner, and I wanted to make this nice local Caribbean, I call it kind of a Barbados salad for them, so they can taste my salad. And so I wanted to share this salad with you as well too. So it's a tomato and cucumber salad, very fresh, very gorgeous. And what I'm going to do is I'm making it now in the afternoon. I'm going to put it in the fridge so it can be nice and chilled for tonight, and it also has time as well too to marinate. So let's discuss the ingredients. So of course we're going to have tomatoes, cucumbers. These are nice local market cucumbers. I also use red onion. It has a nice flavor profile as well too. Red and yellow bell pepper for color and also for flavor and crunchiness. And of course we're going to have Scotch Bonnet in there. I like to have a bit of heat in my salad. I'm also going to have some garlic, which I've already gone ahead and pre-peeled for you. And in terms of the herbs, I like to use four variety of herbs. I like to use some scallions, or we call them scallions in Barbados, or you can call them chives. My favorite herb on the planet is cilantro, so I have to have cilantro, so cilantro is here. I also love basil as well too, and parsley, mainly because parsley goes well with pickled items, and it also gives a good color, but it doesn't really contribute a lot in terms of flavor. Now we're going to make a little dressing for a salad. A very, very simple dressing, one of the most simple dressings you would have made in your entire life, and it really consists of 3 ingredients. We're going to have a bit of honey. I have cider vinegar. I love to use rice wine vinegar, but I couldn't get any rice wine vinegar at the supermarket, so I went ahead and got some cider vinegar, and we're going to use some olive oil. And then of course we're going to season it with some salt and some pepper. So these are the ingredients we're going to be using for a salad. So let's go ahead and get our salad started. So I'm going to start first with the tomatoes. So what I normally do is we're going to serve these ones in wedges. I'm just going to take this core out, so just kind of cut like a little V shape like this and remove the core. And I'm going to be using equal portions of cucumber and tomatoes for the salad. So what I do is I would have 2 containers. You can use a scale as well, and I'll just make sure I have equal portions, but this is an easy way for you to know if you have the right quantity. But I tend to use a scale, but for this recipe and for you, I'm just going to show you, we're going to just use these 2 containers. So what I do, I'm going to take my tomato, I'm going to cut this down, and then I'm going to cut this also now into another wedge. So I'm going to serve kind of wedges with this. So that's one set there. We're going to cut this one out, and we cut this into wedges as well. So I'm taking it, turning it, and then I'm just kind of lining it up, and I'm going right through this point here, making sure it's even at halfway. That goes right inside there. Let's do these other 2. We're going to go right through this, come this way, turn it around, and we're going to go right through here as well too. That goes in this container. Just want to take off a little piece of here, and let's cut this one now. So this is a really lovely salad. You can also make this as well too on a Sunday. Today basically is during the week, but of course Sunday is perfect. So that's my tomatoes right there. I already have a cucumber peeled, so what I do is I just take off the ends of this, and then I'm going to take this now and I'm going to cut this in half all the way down lengthwise, Then we take this one and cut this in half as well too, lengthwise. And the same thing with this. Now, we're just going to turn it over, as you can see. And I'm just going to take the knife now and go all along and take these seeds out. I don't want to have any seeds in my salad, so that's one. So just take your knife and slice it all the way along, just like that, so we don't have any seeds in the salad. And I think my friends will enjoy this salad tonight, and it will have enough time as well, a few hours. They're going to come over like around 7, and it's just like around 1 in the afternoon at the moment, so we have enough time. So I'm going to take it now, slice all the way down. So take it and slice evenly all the way down, and I'm kind of lining them up. We're slicing this all the way down as well too. Now this is the next last one. Then I'm going to take now just 2 at a time. We're going to line these up properly because we want to have some very nice knife cuts. And we're going to go like a large dice all the way across for the salad. So this one is now going to go right in here. So I guess this is my way of measuring. I just get these plastic containers, and this is my way of measuring. And we're going to do the same thing here as well. So we're going to go all the way across, and kind of a large dice. And this one is going to go right in here. Now, looking at this, I would say that these are perhaps similar, because if I was to take these tomatoes and I was to cut these in half, these will fall a bit, but because they're cut in wedges, they look a bit big. So I'm now going to take this now, and we're going to toss this right into this bowl. And we're going to toss this here as well, into this bowl as well too. So that's what we will do with that. And then what we're going to do now, I'm thinking that the tomato, let's just see. I'm thinking that probably we can cut the tomatoes across maybe in half. You know, as you look at it, I'm thinking that we can probably change and just cut a few like that, since these are pretty large tomatoes. So I'm just going to cut these across in half, since they're fairly large for this salad here. So just cut a few more. And I'm looking at this salad and I'm thinking, you know what, I probably could add a bit more red to it, a bit more tomato. So I'm thinking now that I probably can add another tomato. So let's check it. Let's get a spoon, turn it around. I'm going to fish out for these other ones here. Good. I'm going to cut these ones here across in half as well. So all these I'm cutting across in half. And we're going to put these right in here. So let's just turn this around. Okay, so that looks pretty good so far. Alright, so what we're going to do now is that we're going to add now to our salad. Let's go ahead and add our red onion. And the red onion is going to be cut julienne. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this core off. And then I'm going to start now with the onion. And very, very thin. We have our red onion, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it and kind of separate it a bit like this and add it now to our salad. So the red onion here is added to this salad. Okay, so we've added the onions now. We're going to add some bell pepper. So the way I slice bell pepper, we're going to do some julienne cuts of the bell pepper as well, is we just take off the tops. That's the bottom, the tops and the bottom. We're going to save these to dice up later for something else, another recipe. And then I just take my pepper, I just cut right down through it, turn it, and then now I'm going to take my seeds out, and to take my seeds out I just kind of roll like that and take the seeds out and just dispose of the actual seed. Now we want to do some julienne cuts, so I'm just going to cut maybe about like that through these, and we're going to add this. I'm just going to take a little bit of this membrane out. This is not so thick, to give a bit more refined in terms of look. So just cutting a little bit of the membrane here out. And now we're going to go ahead now and we're going to go ahead and cut this into thin strips. So I'm just going to spray it off nicely. So it's nicely spread away. And we're going to now take this now and cut these into some nice strips all the way across. Add this now to the salad. It's looking gorgeous so far. Same thing here with this one as well. just take these strips, cut these into strips like that. And then we're going to cut them into some julienne, but not too thin. We want to give it a little bit of like kind of like a bâtonnet kind of shape. I'm going to add some more pepper, bell pepper to it. So let's add this yellow one as well, some more yellow. Again, we take the ends off, just as you're seeing I'm doing. We're kind of spraying it off nicely. And then we're going to cut this into some nice julienne strips all the way across. And that's great. And I think, you know what, I love color, so we're going to finish off the bell pepper. So really we're going to just use this whole bell pepper. And I'm going to do the same thing as well too with the red bell pepper as well. I love peppers because these peppers give such a tremendous amount of color, a burst of color that these bell peppers give. So that's the yellow. And then we're going to add some red. So same thing, take your pepper, there's the bottom, the top. Just take off the bottom, just like that. Put it to standard. These we would save. You can just pull this out, save this. We'll dice this for another recipe. And then we just kind of go right through and then just turn it all the way through like this. And take this core out and dispose of the core. And then again, we're going to cut this into like 4. There's a little membrane here. I just want to take some of that out so I get a thinner pepper. So that's 1. You can take this other membrane here out as well too. That's another one, that's 2. Taking this other membrane out. Good. And then what I do is I now take my peppers and I kind of spread them up a bit just to make sure that everything is nice and even, so I get some really good even cuts. So that's what I'm doing with these peppers, just kind of spraying them around to ensure I get some even, perfect cuts with these peppers. So that's 3, and we have 1 more to go. And then we're going to cut this, and this red is going to really be impactful in this salad as well too. So let's just put this in here. So now I'm going to take the pepper, and we're going to cut these across and add these to our salad. So that's all the way across. So these are kind of like julienne. Well, it's a little bigger than julienne, so call it like a bâtonnet type of cut. A little bit bigger, because we want to have a bit of texture within the salad. So now we're going to take these, and we're going to add these now to our salad right here. So I'm just adding everything to it. So what's left? So we can add some herbs now to it. We take a bit of chives. I like to keep my chives together, washed. And I'm just going to cut these now. Some very thin cuts all the way through. Again, this is going to add some really great flavor. We love to use scallions, or as you call them, chives in Barbados. We love these. And we use these as well too when we're making like some Bajan seasoning. We tend to season like our chicken or fish. If you're frying fish, everybody puts Bajan seasoning. So we kind of make it with these chives. I'm going to put a few more inside there. And you know, Bajan seasoning is something we purchase at the supermarket. And you can get it either mild or you can get it hot. I tend to buy the hot one because I like spicy food. So that's our chives. So we add the chives in there. So everything is just being added to this beautiful salad. Right in there. And then we're going to add some basil. So I take some basil here. I normally take the leaves. I pick these leaves already. You pick the leaves off the stalks and you kind of layer them, just as you're seeing I'm layering, all the way up. And we're going to do a cut which is called a chiffonade cut. So we layer these all the way up, and then we're going to go ahead and start to cut these. Okay, so we're layering these all the way up. And then once we have it layered, we're going to go ahead and roll them like this. And then I'm just going to take off that little end, which is not the greatest right there. We're going to go ahead and slice these real nice and thin. And again, basil is one thing I love. I always loved basil from the time I started cooking. Basil was one thing I just really enjoyed. Again, it's a versatile herb. So that's inside there as well. And then the other thing we're going to add now, of course, is some cilantro. I'm going to add all this cilantro because I adore cilantro. It's something I can't live without. So again, chop this all the way through. I'm just kind of bruising the cilantro. A rough chop of the cilantro basically. Then I just give it a little rough right the way through. And then I'm going to add this now to this as well too. Wow, so I hope I can turn the salad. My bowl might be a little small. Then we take some parsley. I might take just about half this parsley because I have some really beautiful green in there already. Take off one or two of these stems. And then we just, to chop herbs, you just ball it up in your hands like this. Put it down on your cutting board. And then you just go through it, keeping your fingers away from the blade. We don't want you to lose those beautiful fingers you have. So, again, a quick rough chop all the way through. That's right. And then we're going to add this now to the salad as well. So that's added. And then what we have to do now is, let's just see. I think we have to add now the Scotch bonnet. And we're also going to add as well to the garlic. The garlic will be minced. So let's add those now to our salad. And we're getting to completing our salad. So I'm going to take the Scotch bonnet, which I love, slice it in half. And I think this one should be enough. I'm just going to take these seeds out. The seeds, if you leave the seeds in, it keeps it really, really spicy. But I just want to have a hint of that Scotch bonnet, but I don't want it to be too overly spicy. So we're going to take this now, we're going to mince this. So by mincing means I'm going to chop this real nice and fine. So I'm chopping this across really thin. And now let's just dice this up and add this to this salad as well. Don't you think I think it's looking really delicious already. Looking very, very tasty. And again, this is a great Sunday lunch meal. You know, I think your family would be impressed, and as well as friends, if you were to produce this tomato and cucumber salad for them. So you guys kind of have that little bit of mince. We're going to add that as well inside there. So that Scotch bonnet is added. I don't want it to be overly spicy. Good. And then we're going to add now some garlic. We're going to take this garlic, slice it in half. And we're going to mince this garlic and add this garlic to this dish as well. So I'm thinking that probably, we'll see. Let's see if this is, just kind of slice this across like how I slice the onions. Just like that. And then down. And across. Just like that. That's one. And then we do the same thing here as well with the other three. And dice these all up. Good. Put these together. And dice these all the way up. Good. So we're just going to mince this up now. And just slice this a lot smaller. And it's called minced. So just a bit more, because we don't want to have anybody having any chunks of garlic in their mouth. Okay, so the garlic is finished. Let's add the garlic now to our salad. So that's added. Good. I think everything here is looking great. All right, so what we're going to do now is let's make the dressing and let's complete the salad. So I think we have all the ingredients are in, with the exception of the actual dressing. So let's make the dressing. So basically we're going to take a salad bowl. We're going to take a bit of, let's take the vinegar. I'm going to take a 1/4 cup of vinegar to a 1/4 cup, equal amounts of vinegar. So it depends on how much you're making, but equal amounts of vinegar, rice wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar, to honey. So the same vinegar, same amount of vinegar you're going to use, you'll use the same amount of honey as well. So I have some honey. And we're going to add the same amount to this as well. And we're going to add that right in there. Let's just use my fingers. God gave us these beautiful fingers that you can use once they're clean to get everything out. Now, I want to show you, I should show you that little trick. Generally what I would do is to put a bit of oil in this measuring cup. And by putting oil, I just wash off my finger. And by putting oil in there, I just put a little oil and rub it around, and then I would take the honey and pour in there, and it brings everything out nice and easy. So I'm going to use now 1/2 cup of olive oil. Now I like to use just regular olive oil, not extra virgin. Extra virgin, the flavor is too strong and it overpowers our salad. So we're going to take this now and whisk this around. If you don't, what you can also do too is to put it like in a container like this right here, and then just shake it. And then we can add our oil to it. Great. And then we're gonna know, so that's the honey and the vinegar inside there. Again, I usually use rice wine vinegar. And we're gonna season that now with a bit of salt. A bit of salt in there, and a bit of black pepper. Just a little bit. That should be good. Whisk this all around, oops. And get some splashes all over the place. So try to keep the dressing in the bowl and not on the table, not like me. Okay. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take my salad now, bring it over here. Get a spoon. I'm going to now add this over my salad. I add all of it. If I need more, I can make some more. Now the challenge now is going to be to get all this here now all mixed in. So we're going to have to now do it slowly. But I would suggest in the future you get a smaller bowl and mix this all in to a smaller bowl. So we're just going to kind of mix all this up and get it all incorporated. So we're getting the top to the bottom, everything all incorporated beautifully. And then we're going to allow this. Now this salad needs time to marinate. We need to put this in the fridge and allow that dressing to get all inside of the cucumbers and tomatoes and peppers and all the herbs to marry. We want all these flavors to marry really well. Oh, that's looking great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a taste. We need to taste this to see if it needs any more salt or if it needs any more pepper. So I'm going to reach all the way down the bottom, come right out. I'm going to reach down, I'm going to come right out. Let's see. That's really good. Let's just stir this again. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. And maybe a little bit more black pepper. And again, we're gonna mix this all in, and then this will be wrapped, and this will be placed in the fridge for dinner tonight around 7 o'clock. And I think my friends are going to enjoy this fresh tomato and cucumber salad with the red onions and the bell peppers, and of course the Scotch bonnet, and the cilantro and basil and parsley and chives and honey. Everything is in here. This is beautiful. So let's just reach down the bottom again. I'm getting some of that dressing so I can taste it. I'm just putting this all in my mouth. That's what you call an outstanding salad. That's delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge. I'm going to allow this to marinate. So tonight around 7, when I pull it out, it's out of this world. Again, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe, please ring the bell so you can get future videos and you know when they come to you. And again, I'm John Hazzard, and for me, it's all about food.